Good morning. Today I will read Exodus chapter 13. In chapter 12 we saw that the plague of the firstborn, it really happened, and after that they Israelites escaped. How they escaped? They escaped by the Passover. Yeah, they took a lamb or child of goat, child, and with the blood of that they were put on their door frames, so that the angel of God, or the God himself, didn't enter into their houses. And they were in the houses, and they were eating the lamb, or the goat, the child goat, how can I say, and yeah, now let's see what's next in the chapter 13. The Lord said to Moses, "Consecrate to me every firstborn male, the first offspring of every womb among the Israelites belongs to me, whether man or animal." Then Moses said to the people, "Commemorate this day, the day you came out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery, because the Lord brought you out of it with a mighty hand. Eat nothing containing yeast." Yeast was not allowed, but why, I really don't know. Today, in the month of Abib, you are living. When the Lord, it's a ferment, so maybe, it makes the bread to grow, but it's still a ferment, so I don't know if it's very healthy. Today, in the month of Abib, you are living. When the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Hivites, and Jebusites, the land he swore to your forefathers to give you, a land flowing with milk and honey, you are to observe this ceremony in this month. For 7 days eat bread made without yeast, and on the seventh day hold a festival to the Lord. Eat unleavened bread during those 7 days. Nothing with yeast in it is to be seen among you, nor shall any yeast be seen anywhere within your borders. It's very interesting. On that day, tell your son, "I do this because of what the Lord did for me when I came out of Egypt." This observance will be for you like a sign on your hand and a reminder on your forehead, that the law of the Lord is to be on your lips. For the Lord, and lips and forehead. For the Lord brought you out of Egypt with his mighty hand. You must keep this ordinance and the appointed time year after year. Year after year, to a reminder. Yeah, it's very interesting that God is helping them, but they must still remind of what God has made. After the Lord brings you into the land of the Canaanites and gives it to you, as he promised on oath to you and your forefathers, you are to give over to the Lord the first offspring of every womb. All the firstborn males of your livestock belong to the Lord. Redeem with the lamb every firstborn donkey. But if you do not redeem it, break its neck. Redeem every firstborn among your sons. Whoa, very interesting. Because God didn't kill every male firstborn of animals and humans, they still need to redeem them from now on, which is very, very interesting. Why? Yeah. Even the animals, firstborn. What is happening? I really don't understand. In days to come, when your son asks you, "What does this mean?" say to him, "With a mighty hand the Lord brought us out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. When Pharaoh stubbornly refused to let us go, the Lord killed every firstborn in Egypt, both man and animal. This is why I sacrifice to the Lord the first male offspring of every womb, and redeem each of my firstborn sons. And it will be like a sign on your hand and a symbol on your forehead, that the Lord brought us out of Egypt with his mighty hand." It's very interesting. When Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. For God said, if they face war, they might change their minds and return to Egypt. So God led the people around by the desert road toward the sea, the Red Sea. The Israelites went up out of Egypt armed for battle. Moses took the bones of Joseph with him because Joseph had made the sons of Israel swear an oath. He had said, "God will surely come to your aid, and then you must carry my bones up with you from this place." And why would you listen to God to take a longer way? It's very, I don't know. I mean, God is joking with the people. Yeah, he escaped them, but if you do a good thing to a man, do you have rights above him just because you helped him? It's very like tricky, or how can I say? Yeah, you help him, you help someone, but don't expect to get something from them. I mean, it is not it's not like moral to do that. But God, he wanted them to change their characters and to form a nation. Yeah. The Israelites went up out of Egypt armed for battle. Wow. Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, because Joseph had made the sons of Israel swear an oath. He had said, God will surely come to your aid, and then you must carry my bones up with you from this place. After leaving Sukkot, they camped at Etam, on the edge of the desert. By day the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so that they could travel by day or night. Neither the pillar of cloud by day nor the pillar of fire by night left its place in front of the people. God was with them, which is very nice, but God is taking them to a long way, because they were not yet prepared for a war. And yeah, God have all the rights to do everything He wants, because we are created by Him, we are redeemed by Him, by Jesus Christ, and we are in His hand, even if we recognize it or not. We depend on Him. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? If you don't know God in person, maybe you are not sure, but if you know Him, I think it will change your view. May the God show Himself into for each of us, and to know Him more personal. Okay, may the God enlighten me, protect me, and bless me. Enlighten me in the next chapter 2. And if you want, you will see me there too. The firstborn, it was on Egypt, it was a thing, I think, but God took that idea, or how can I say, maybe the Egyptians took the idea from God, or I don't know what happened, but I think it has, Egyptians has something, because the firstborn on the throne, it was the one who will take the throne, okay, that was the chapter. God bless you all, and goodbye. And if God wants, you will see me in the next chapter too. Bye. Goodbye.